I think a constant theme that resonates with most PhDs and researchers is that they don't get any support. And I want to walk you through some of these things, maybe talk to you about a story, and then get into some of the points that I wanted to address. So, one of the things that you do feel as a researcher when you get into the game is you realize that you actually don't have a lot of support. It's a lot of people that are vying for the same resources, and it's set up like a competition where you're trying to win out other people's resources. And it feels very isolating along the way. And no matter what you do, you feel alone. You feel like you are struggling against the world. And there's probably some truth to that. So this whole reciprocity project has been very fascinating for me. It's one of the hardest lessons that I actually learned is I thought people would band behind the project. I thought this would be something if somebody saw that they were sticking their hand out and saying, hey, let's fix the problem that we have and create some sort of peer solution where other people can get help from other people and then writing and get feedback. And I thought it would work out just perfectly fine. And once I did this thing, and I thought it was a problem, was because nobody had done it before. And once I just got this thing, that the ball would get going. And the truth is that's not actually the truth. Truth is you don't get a lot of support along the way. Everybody is looking out for their own individual thing, and they're really focused on their thing and promoting their particular thing, whatever that looks like. And so what you're going to see is a lot of isolation. And the game with this, and I've really changed how I've thought about the world a lot. The Reciprocity Project is called reciprocity.com because I thought people were genuinely very giving and very open with who they are. But I've realized over many years of doing this that is not the case. That's not how it's set up. And in fact, what it is a process of, in my view, of staying true to yourself and being very confident with creating boundaries and barriers between you and the world so that you can get up and do it again. And you can repeat in almost like a crazy like fashion where you can repeat this over and over and over again and still feel content and happy. Those moments, I have these flashes, feelings that I get on a regular basis, probably once a day or twice a day, where I start thinking and thinking about, oh, well, why didn't that happen? And I get angry and I feel this real burning sensation in my stomach. And I have to take a step back and I have to say, that is on them. That is their situation. And what I need to do is build what's going on inside. I need to feel good with who I am to get back up and do it again and repeat. And it has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with me. Because if I keep getting back up again and I keep smiling while I do it, and it seems like insanity when I do this, surely somebody is going to start getting it and they're going to participate. And then, maybe you will go on to the platform, or maybe you tell somebody or something like that. And that's the only thing that I can possibly do. There's a lot of insanity with what we do within the research game, where you simply have to learn to get back up and do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and learn that nobody else is coming to the rescue, nobody else is there, and it's up to you. And you have to learn this very much, this internal strength, where you get back up, you just do it again, and you feel okay when you do that. And for me, I need to, whenever I get those moments, I need to bottle them up. Probably need to talk to somebody about that eventually. But I need to bottle it up and put it to the side and go and do what I intend to do, which is create this platform that I think would be very helpful, but also resonate and talk to people around the world just like this. They're going through the same struggles. We feel the same thing. We're all feeling very, very alone with who we are because we are tackling these hard problems by ourselves. And yes, there is nobody that's there. There is not anybody coming to the rescue. And it's up to you to get back up and do it again repeatedly until it actually happens, until you make this thing. And then maybe at some point, people will start seeing it. But at that point, it's not going to happen. Until that point, it's not going to happen. And I don't think it ever happens. You just got to get up and you got to realize that it is going to be a journey. And it's going to be one of the hardest journeys that you're going to go through, and it's going to test who you are, because it's really about how you as a person change and realize that the world is they are who they are. The world is who it is, and you can't change it. You can't change all of those sort of basic things that you're thinking about, but you can work within the system. And part of working within the system so that you feel good about yourself is creating these boundaries and barriers between you and the rest of the world, mentally and physically, so that you can tackle the world and you can get back up and do it again and realize that it's going to be a journey every day. It never gets any easier. I think about that. I think about from kindergarten to about high school, everybody's excited about science and research, and all of a sudden it disappears. And then when you get into university and then get into graduate school, it really disappears. And I think it's because we're losing our sense of self. And I think coming back and having the sense of self and building that within us of who we are allows us to get back up and do it again every day. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.